The North of Montana Association in the city of Santa Monica held a special meeting on fire preparedness on February 6, 2025. A link to the full video is below. The Santa Monica airport closure at midnight on December 31st, 2028 was discussed during the meeting. Is Santa Monica preparing for emergency response and public safety? Lindsay Call, Santa Monica's Chief Resilience Officer from the Office of Emergency Management, and Shane Littlefield, CAL Fire Chief, addressed this question. Let's listen to what they had to say.
With the current council direction, we have our public safety agencies who are looking at the space and what emergency response capabilities it should have, regardless of what the design is that moves forward and how we can make that better. So looking at what are the air support is one item, right? But looking at things like, do we have a large location for an emergency shelter that is fully equipped to handle a shelter like we saw at Westwood Recreation Center, or for an earthquake? Do we want additional redundant water supplies that could be included at the Santa Monica airport? Do we need additional space that we don't currently have for emergency cash supplies and things like that? So I just want to, I'm part of a response agency and don't like to get political on the airport, but I just want to assure everyone that as we're talking about the airport redesign, public safety is heavily engaged in that conversation and thinking about, even if we move forward, when we move forward with an airport redesign, how can we make sure that we are leaning in and leaning forward on public safety and emergency response?
And just like, yeah, I'll add to that. And just like
Great.
Lindsay said, so Southern California is an anomaly where we fight fire throughout the state of California in the United States. We have lots of smaller airports, right? The flying community in Southern California is huge. And so when we leave truly, I'll say the LA area of Southern California, a lot of areas we go to, we use just open space, whether it be a large park, an open field at a rancher's facility, right? We'll utilize different areas. We just need the space, and kind of like Lindsay said, one of the dynamic challenges of the Woolsey, the Franklin, and this fire is there's not a lot of large open space. So I don't know if anybody went out to the Zuma base camp, but my average day was almost 7.5 miles of walking, and I never left the base camp because it was spread out over the entire Zuma state beach. And so open space is a huge asset for us in any response. And initially, during the start of the Palisades fire, Santa Monica Airport was talked about to use as an incident command post. But part of that discussion also was, being an airport and being in the temporary flight restriction, and then would they really want to close the airport down? Because the incident started on the 7th, and we're still at Zuma today, and we'll probably be at Zuma till March 15th. And so that was one of the initial conversations: is would the airport really want to shut down for a month and a half, 2 months long? And so those are the kind of discussions we look at, and that open space, I'll call it open space. Either way, if it's an airport, can be utilized.
So, is Santa Monica preparing for emergency response and public safety when the airport closes? The answer is yes. Join our community discussion at www.smofuture.com.